Oh, see, there you go. There you go, Tom. Bending over in front of the camera. See that?
Whoa!
See that? I'm just saying. As soon as the intro is done,
But when I do it, it's a problem.
No, when you do
When I
it,
do it, it's a problem.
nah. Welcome. The biggest trade of the day, or the biggest trade of the last 24 hours. Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. Obviously, he wanted to go to Phoenix, right? He wanted to come to Phoenix. Didn't happen. Bradley Beal's getting paid $50 million over the next 3 years. Nobody wants to do that.
Bradley Beal runs the NBA.
Bro, honestly, and I put it in my notes last night. All of this is Bradley Beal, or no, the Wizards' fault. The Wizards go out and they give this man $50 million a year and then have the audacity to give him a no-trade clause. The audacity. Bradley Beal, he had one good year.
His agent putting up big numbers.
What?
But the Wizards are known for this.
Numbers.
The Wizards are known for this, though. Remember what they did with Gilbert? Like Gilbert, right after he had his run, they gave him $111 million, and then he got hurt right after. So
Man.
he never got to play that contract. So they basically did the same thing. Like, Bradley, you know what I'm saying? You average 30-something points per game for us.
And give him money.
Just get him money and go. You know what I'm saying? So they hooked him up.
But Phoenix had to make an offer for him, though, right?
Yeah,
That's
for
also true.
So you could blame the Wizards, but you know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm blaming the Wizards. Because I'm putting all my blame on the Wizards.
First stage is denial. First stage is
It's always denial.
It's like,
There's a reason
didn't
why
have to
she's
leave.
alone at the bus
That's a good
stop,
point.
bro. Leave her there.
oh
She
my
got a
God.
Louis bag and she alone at the bus
And you
stop.
already.
Leave her.
I mean,
That was my thing. Y'all already got a Bradley Beal.
yeah.
You got
Two
two.
of them.
Like,
Yeah.
right. One the Goodwill version and one the actual, version that you want.
Right.
Because Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. And here's the thing. This deal would have been done weeks ago if Bradley Beal wasn't a part of the conversation. Jimmy Butler would have been a Phoenix Sun weeks ago. As soon as he said, I want to go to Phoenix, the deal would have been done if Bradley Beal was not a part of the conversation.
See,
No.
I think you're missing the big point. It's not Bradley Beal, it's the Suns. The Suns don't have assets to give for Jimmy Butler. The only person y'all can give reasonably is Bradley Beal. And that's really not reasonable because you got Jimmy Butler who's taking teams to finals and you got Bradley Beal just eating up
50
salary.
million.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't really been nowhere past the second round.
No. That's
So-
a great point. That's a great point. And
I'm with him on this one, man. Like, this is Suns. Like, the Suns, like, seeing we got Booker, we got KD. Let's go add another one of those dudes. It's just like, I mean, I get it. At the time, you had CP3, you had Ayton, but you knew to give Bradley Beal somebody. One of them pieces were going to
right. Oh, it is right.
remove. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Why didn't they give I know they started giving Dunn minutes, but they should have started giving all them guys minutes so that they could be more valuable to actually trade for Jimmy.
But I mean, at the same time, you also want to win games. So if you're giving guys like Ryan Dunn, like he's been good. He's been really good. And also has been okay. Also Goddard, he's been okay. But like if you're giving these guys minutes, that also means you may not be winning games. Like that's
It's
the
the
garbage time
gamble.
squad.
It's the gamble. Now you
I mean, they're not winning
now you
anyway.
stuck with
There you
now you
go.
stuck.
I hate
Yeah,
to be that. I hate to be that person, but I look at the Celtics 12-man rotation, consistent 11-man rotation. Like Jason Tatum only averaging 28, 29 minutes a game.
That's true.
In reality, they got dudes, Sam Hausers, these guys that G leaguers in reality, they got them playing like actual 6-7 man like in rotations. You know what I'm saying? So I just think another thing, culture, all matters.
It's big. It's big. Speaking of culture, there's one team that pride themselves on culture that hasn't that culture no longer. The Miami Heat traded Jimmy Butler to the Golden State
All
Warriors,
eyes on low.
and we have their one of their number one fans.
Their mascot.
Ooh, that's a deal.
I wasn't trying to go there. That's
you
crazy.
know,
I'm just saying he supports
You
the
ain't no
Miami
good.
Heat. J-Lo,
It's
that's
not
was just saying you were supportive of the team. Like
It's a Celtics thing. It's a
I
Celtics
was gonna say, hey, he been around since the Celtics played their first game in the NBA.
That's what he's called.
listen.
So, hold on. First reaction to the trade.
I mean, I think it's a fair package considering it's a star that didn't want to be there, right? I mean, would I have liked to get Kuminga? I was talking about it earlier. Yeah. I mean, I think Kuminga has a lot of potential, but Wiggins, love Wiggins, good 3-and-D. He'll fit, I think, nicely next to Hero, and he's shooting pretty well from deep this year. And then we got a first-round pick out of it. So we also got PJ Tucker, sent him off for Davion Mitchell, nice defensive-minded guard too. But I mean, he didn't want to play here. I mean, and he wasn't willing to sign an extension essentially anywhere up until he obviously got dealt and then signed. So I think we got a good return for him.
So where does that put Miami?
I don't know. We're kind of in this dead zone of we're not competing, but we're not in a first round, high lottery pick either. We're kind of just in the middle, which is kind of where we were with Jimmy. But come playoff time, Jimmy then propelled us into competing, and we don't have that anymore. So I think we're kind of sitting around 6 to 8 dead zone until we eventually pick up another piece.
I'll go to you, Ernie. Where does this put the Warriors?
I'm not gonna lie, it moves the Warriors. Just getting Jimmy, moving Wiggins. Wiggins wasn't looking like the Wiggins that he was in the championship run.
No.
From before. He just wasn't. So hopefully in Miami, knowing the Miami structure, he's gonna have a lot more with the Warriors. You can never count them out, man. It's every time we say, oh yeah, they're done. Warriors are done. Oh man, they got Jimmy. It's not a surprise, but at the same time, it's just I think it works out for both teams.
The Lakers made a trade last night. When I saw this, I was like, there's no way. They made the perfect trade.
They did.
Perfect.
And if you ask any Laker fan, it's not the center that they wanted, but I'm sure that they will realize that it's a center that is just as good.
Just as good. Like he's 23. He is a lob threat. He blocks shots. He does everything that you need to do to be a Luka/LeBron type big.
He's mean.
He's mean. He does he is the perfect big for these two. Mm-hmm. And they went out and got him for what? Dalton Connect in a second round pick?
I think it hurt he ended up Connect because he was shooting 36 for 3, but
yeah.
He was causing a lot of frustration with JJ.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
One thing about
when you're a rookie, and I understand it's very it's very nerve wracking being out there, but dude, you're in the organization where you have to be on point. You cannot just come and be like, I'm gonna enjoy my rookie season here. No, dude.
It ain't an organization for rookies.
No.
Which is why it wasn't no problem for them to trade him at all.
I also think those shots are now going to Luka anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I prefer him to go to Luka anyways.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like coaching, like JJ knew he's like, I don't need this kid anymore. You know what I'm saying? Those 7-8 shots are going. They're going to Luka.
They're going right to Luka. That's crazy.
They're trying to get really defensive heavy around Luka drawn down. I mean, Vanderbilt came back.
LA
man, those looking good.
Man. Hey, he's gonna get his 7-8 shots up there though.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Yeah, but I'm going to LA beaches, the women, whatever. To Charlotte.
Yeah, I know. Oh my
God. He's got somebody to build chemistry with, and potentially I don't know about.
Speaking of LaMelo, you know who had a chance to get LaMelo once upon a time? The Warriors.
Warriors.
They did,
but
they were calling.
James, what was it?
Drafted James Wiseman.
James Wiseman.
Fans reported they were calling about everybody, including LaMelo.
Yeah,
you could have drafted
him. Yeah.
Imagine, like they had the number one. First of all, they had the number one pick, and this was what 2019. Was it 2020?
Was it number one? I thought they were number 2.
Oh no,
because Ant went number 1. Right?
LaMelo went 3. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. LaMelo went 3. And first of all, How are you? You win 3 championships in the span of 5 years, and then 2 years later you get the number 2 overall pick.
That's crazy.
Why did they give
Steph
up
was hurt that
Wiseman
year.
though? I never
He's so
understood that
good.
either.
Because the Warriors
You gotta
can't
work
develop,
for them.
man. Like,
You got
that's
that's what it
bro.
is to me. Is
Can't
because
develop.
you look at Poole,
Mhm.
you look at the struggling to develop Kuminga right now, and like, well, maybe it's not just the Warriors. Maybe it's Steve Kerr because Mark Jackson did a hell of a job with Steph
Oh
Curry.
my goodness.
You know, Steph Curry came
I
in.
think
the
Steve
league.
Kerr's
Said this is gonna
overrated,
be the
man.
best
He-
shooting backcourt in the league.
Yeah,
Steve Kerr gets too much credit, I think.
You think
Yeah.
so?
You think so?
I do. I
I
feel like
do.
same thing. I believe with USA Olympic basketball. Not just that Jason Tatum deserved more
They
time,
tuned
but
him
there
out.
was to me
They
the
tuned him
team wasn't. I'm like they should be smacking these teams. Like
out.
how
They trying to run fucking. Excuse my language, but they trying to run the Warriors offense.
Yeah,
really. They
and
trying
it
to
was
run
times when Steph didn't
four
even
and
need to
out
be in
with
the game.
with
I'm
the-
like,
send out the free throw line. Like, no,
That's-
let them boys hoop.
yo, let
Steve was a
LeBron
different
be
game.
the
That's
point
what I'm
guard.
saying, like,
Let the 6'9" person who averages a lot of dimes, let him run the one. Get Steph out of here. Let's watch Steph miss 4 shots in a row and get 2 turnovers.
Thing
Come
is,
back next game.
it's like
Oh,
how do you not win a championship when you have Steph and KD though? Like
But that 22-2
that
championship,
2022,
That's a
I
big
think
one.
it is.
and that was tough because they did play the
See,
Celtics.
so they keep doing
How
it.
much-
They keep
how much
doing
you
it.
put on-
Nah,
how much you-
I didn't think you gotta lose. Not every Mike didn't. Mike didn't have to, but you got to lose one to get that experience to
Exactly.
understand
Yeah.
what it
Big bro.
takes to get
You just
over the
move.
hump.
You see, I don't believe that because I lost 2021. I ain't been back since 9.
Well, you see,
Hey.
part of it is the
You know
organization.
what I'm saying?
That's the organization's job, though, to get Devin Booker back to that spot,
the thing,
and then
like-
he understands now. Okay, it takes a little bit more, but I feel like they haven't done their due
And
diligence.
to
yet.
like to swing it back like to the original conversation about the Lakers, the Suns, like they're not the Lakers. They can't just get rid of the young players
annoying.
for a big star. The
Yeah.
Lakers, that's they bag. The Suns are having you guys 6-7 years locked in and loaded, building, like they did with Steve Nash and the old squads.
Amari and
Like they should have kept McHale. They should have kept Cam.
That was the first mistake.
Yeah, that was
Should've
the
kept those
mistake.
guys, man.
That was the mistake.
so
I
but here's the
understand.
thing. Here's the thing. You mentioned we went to the 21 finals.
Yes.
That we peaked. We were not going to win a championship with that team.
Y'all
Now-
should have
we
went
beat-
back the
that's what we-
following year.
Now,
Y'all almost
Yeah.
went back the next year.
Yeah, you guys
y'all blew it.
You guys
But-
Yeah,
should have
those
went back the
those
next
players
year.
if you would have continued to develop those players, they would have gotten better,
Mhm.
and so they would have been more
That
prepared.
Dallas Maverick series was y'all's to lose, and
Yeah,
y'all
it
lost it.
And y'all lost it.
It was.
Y'all had no
Luka and
reason to
Jalen
get blown
Brunson.
out by 30 at home.
Look at Cam and look at
There you
Mikal.
go, guys. They could have left it at 30.
Really like
You could have left
40.
it.
Like, let's
There
see
you
it.
go, bro.
That's hard, but
That's like 80, bro.
I was being
After
generous.
Luka
I was
dropped-
being
After
generous.
Luka dropped Cam on the
30 in the
floor
first
with that
half.
pick,
Ooh, wee.
I said, yeah, let me turn
But
this
look at
off.
that! Look at their game.
I was being generous.
Let's go ahead and let them matter, man.
What? Hey,
Might as well. I mean,
Do you
But
think
like
they're
that-
too far from what they would be if they were still in Phoenix right now?
I don't think they'd have a championship.
But in 2022,
I don't-
do you think that squad goes out and beats Boston in 2022? You think they beat Golden State and then beat Boston?
I think they'll beat Golden State.
I think getting Kevin Durant was a publicity thing. Was a let's get a star here.
Hit a
type
turn,
of thing.
turn the
And-
Let's turn it
turnstiles.
up.
I mean, it could be. It was. I think it was that, and we just got a new owner, Matt Ishbia.
Yeah,
24 hours after he was not even 24 hours after he was named the Suns' new owner, he goes on trade for Kevin Durant.
yeah. He wanted to make a splash for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
And-
it hasn't worked out.
And
No.
it won't.
Mm-mm.
But
And
if
it
you
won't.
don't know the game, then those type of moves, you know what I'm saying?
No, but
Like,
that's the thing. He
That's
he
what
played.
you do.
He played college basketball at Michigan State.
that doesn't mean you know
There's a
the
there's a
game.
difference.
That doesn't mean you in tune with
College,
Suns
one college,
basketball.
yeah, college is different from the NBA.
I really, yeah.
And then it doesn't mean you actually know the system, like how long players actually their rookie contract is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know
Yeah.
all of these different things, and then players' worth. Like if you has he been watching the game enough? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the owner. It doesn't seem like he is, knowing that he gave up Mikal and Cam for KD, and KD just hooping. I can feel like KD came out here for the weed.
For real, though.
Y'all got logos? Y'all got that first time special deal.
Oh, God.
The problem is, and it's going to work the same way with the Dallas trade. If you trade for a big star like that and you don't win in the first 2 years, it's a fail.
But the thing about the Lakers, this is what they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is literally what they do.
That's
They're
exactly
going
what
to
they
win a
do.
championship.
So what did you just say? They did?
It's
Draft
fate.
Kobe?
Oh yeah,
Did you say
swap them out. Swap them out.
this is
Cole
what-
come
But, like-
out like, yeah, I won't play if the Hornets take me. Like, what type of?
It's the same thing with Dallas. If they don't win either this year or next year, it's going to go down as the worst trade in NBA history.
What about the Lakers?
It
They can.
They
can
already got a
afford this.
ring.
they,
The Lakers
crazy
are
part.
LeBron
they got
already
their
got
superstar
one.
for the next 10 years.
Yeah, they can afford a one season loss. Oh, Luka got 10 years.
The Dallas
Yeah,
Dallas
I
thing
think-
is more of like, I don't think you win at all. Even if you win a championship, it won't be enough.
Yeah,
It just won't be enough. You traded Luca. Them fans will say
25.
it's gonna
And
take years to get over that.
But it's like that's why the AD trade wasn't
Unless you get
terrible,
Cooper
'cause
Flag.
They got a,
Hey, if you get Cooper Day, man.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take a generational talent.
I think the diehard Mavericks fans will appreciate it if they win another championship, but the kids won't. And like
The
to
ones
me,
that grew up watching Luca.
yeah, but that's the separation in fandom. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids, they're more of like the all-star game fanatics, and I'm sure we're gonna get into that. But like that's what they want to see. Whereas, you know, as you get older, you appreciate the game more, the building of a team, that continuity amongst your team. Kind of like what we're speaking to with the Phoenix Suns. You want to see them build, but these young kids, they don't care about that. They want to see Luka go for 59 points. You know what I'm saying? They want to. That's what they care about.
And basically, there was a small percentage of fans that didn't like Luca.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's
Oh,
always
yeah.
gonna be those fans. That
I was
Oh,
worried a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, real quick. This is off topic, but so it was confirmed Kevin Durant will not be traded by the Suns.
Mhm.
I'm going to go on a little rant because now, Ernie, obviously you're a Suns fan, so please step in at any point in time.
So wait, before you go, just answer this real quick. Who are you? Did you want Kevin Durant on the team? Yes or no?
At first, like when yes, I did.
But at
I
this
did
point
not
in
want to
time,
give him again.
I'm saying right now.
No, like right now.
today,
Right now.
do you want Kevin Durant on
No.
the team?
And here's why.
I agree.
Here's why. You're not going to win anything with him.
Nope.
The most valuable he will be right now in his career. He's the most valuable he will be for the rest of his career right now. So if you're going to trade something for him, get something for him right now, because this offseason he's eligible for an extension. And if you bring him back, what is the next step? You're not going to go win a championship. There's Oklahoma City, there's Houston, there's Memphis. All these teams are getting better each and every year. Where are you going as a franchise? In my opinion, get rid of KD. Send him to Golden State, Miami, wherever you want to send him. But you make sure you get 3 first-round picks back. I don't give a damn about whatever player you get. Get 3 first-round picks back, because you have to trade one for this big idiot, Houston Nuggets. You have to trade one of the 3 you got back from Utah,
Mhm.
right? You have to get rid of one. Trade Kevin Durant right now. As much as I wish they'd be able to get off Beal, he can't get off Beal because one, he has no trade clause, and so he would have to go to a team in which he'd want to go to in order for him to get traded. That's number 1. 2, nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. You're getting a 32-year-old, broken down, decent basketball player, $50 million a year for the next 2 years. Who wants that? Who wants that?
The thing is the reason why a lot of teams don't want him is because the 2026 free agent class is loaded with talent.
Ridiculous.
Loaded with talent.
And so now, thankfully, he will be a free agent that year. I just don't understand what the Suns are doing, because, like I said, this is not working. We lose back to back. Here's the most frustrating thing. We play the best game of the year. Our best game of the year against Golden State. Blow them up by 30. Shoot 50% from the 3. Shoot lights out. Defense was on point. Best game of the year. You go to Portland, one of the worst teams in the association. Lose back-to-back games.
They've been rolling though.
They've been rolling. They are awful. They're not a good basketball team.
Nah, they're rolling.
They were. I think they won 6 out of the last 7.
9 out of the last
They-
10.
paper.
Not-
They-
this is not the last 10.
I was just saying they got
Still.
some talent though.
But if you are a championship
tomorrow.
team, you beat that team twice.
Who's the championship team?
Exactly. Trade Kevin Durant.
You
Exactly.
put them in a room they ain't never even been in.
I think that's the problem with the Suns, the expectation.
And
But
that's what comes with Kevin Durant.
No, it
That's what
shouldn't.
comes with
It shouldn't. That's it shouldn't.
What you mean it should? Kevin
Let me-
Durant's one of the greatest
We
players.
just
of all
said this.
A chip
We knew
automatically.
this.
How many chip runs has Kevin Durant made?
One.
time. 4.
How many chip runs has Braun
We
made?
knew when y'all got
Yeah.
Kevin Durant,
Is
it was
it-
not a ring move.
Is
That's
it the Lakers an automatic chip move
That's,
right now?
that's to get people. That's just keep these tickets sold out. Move.
Thank you.
That's what we all knew that.
So
And that's why you got to think
No.
that the Phoenix Suns have a new
Mikal
arena, right?
Bridges, hold on, pause. Mikal Bridges was averaging 22 a game before y'all traded him. Booker was out for a minute, and it was just Mikal.
Mikal was hooping.
And Mikal was doing this thing as
Yeah,
number one
Johnson.
option.
like he was in Brooklyn when he got traded.
Mikal could have been, but Mikal at this point on the Suns is second option, no doubt about it. Him and Book.
Mhm.
Y'all just all you had to do is keep a center and a point guard around those two players. You
Right.
should have Cam Johnson, he's interchangeable, in my opinion. But Mikal, that's a guy you keep.
They don't
he
have
won't
a
ever be
system
Kevin
there.
Durant. I get it. He won't ever be Kevin Durant. But he'll be Mikal goddamn Bridges.
Yeah.
And he's gonna
He will.
be averaging 25 a game.
Who said it earlier?
Locking up the best player on the other side.
System and
Not
culture.
Miles
System and
Turner.
culture.
tweeting
Was
that.
that you that said that earlier? Did you, Carson? System and culture.
Yes.
That's those.
Coaching, culture,
said-
all that.
I said it to him a bunch of times. I feel like sometimes the community bleeds onto certain teams. And the Phoenix Suns, like I grew up in Phoenix. I loved Kevin Johnson, but now I live here and now I get a different sense. Like I know why Boston we bleed green, like
Y'all
because
live that.
we live it. And like you watch the energy that Marcus Smart, had, even the small period of time while Isaiah Thomas was a Celtic, like you can see it's something that they wear it on themselves.
Heat culture.
When I
got it,
watch
too.
certain players come here to Phoenix, I'm like, these niggas look comfortable.
Exactly.
So-
Now, but that was after 2021. That was after the KD trade because they came here and said, "Oh, all I got to do is get the ball to Booker and KD." Or
So-
Beal.
Maul, let me ask you: if they are a second round exit this year, I feel like they could win at least a playoff series this year.
Who
The
feels-
Suns. I feel like they can win at least
Nah,
one.
brother, you better than me, boy.
I feel like they can win one. If they're a second round exit,
Yeah, I don't.
What are the
And-
Suns right now? Where are they?
10,
We're 10.
9,
11.
you don't think they can?
That's a
Because we're talking about Golden State.
You don't think they
We're
can
10.
win
We're
a
gonna
playing
say
game
10.
and
It's
then
10.
sit
Yeah.
seven
Yeah, it's 10.
No,
and then beat
10, right,
Houston
Tom?
first
They're
round?
tied with Sacramento.
Now-
You don't think they could do that?
no.
Y'all-
Now, I will say-
y'all
I will
are all
say-
tied.
I will say, now that Kyson is here,
No, but hold on. My thing is that we seen this last year against the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves didn't have a great offense. They just hustled and
Yeah.
played D. The Suns, that's the Suns' kryptonite. The Suns would have had a 7-game series against the Lakers because they match up literally perfect against the Lakers.
Yep.
When you're going against fast, running, all in your face defensive teams, they wear on you. And we seen time and time again in that series. They lost all 4 games due to the fact that they had no legs in the fourth quarter. Suns had no legs. They could not keep up with them young guys. So I don't think they beat Houston or Memphis in this
No.
7-game series.
No. Although
Just due to the fact of youth. Like
I-
they'll just run them out the gym, literally.
that's a really good point. Now, although, and I'll tell you right now, I think Houston is a tad bit overrated.
I see now. Hold on.
I think- I-
You know-
yeah.
hold on, wait.
I think they're a tad bit overrated. I think they're a tad bit overrated.
Here we go.
It was so crazy is that I seen that last night, right? So I'm gonna spoil it. We did do a pod. It's not. Is it out yet?
Yeah, the one with these out. Yeah.
It is out. Before I got on the pod, I didn't see that part. I didn't see that part. I seen that last night. Oh, yo, what? Is he serious?
Are bottom feeders really bottom feeders in the West?
In the
Phoenix?
West?
Phoenix?
No.
So
You're gonna
they got
you're gonna
Suns.
get Phoenix.
We're
You're
beating
gonna
the
get-
Suns in a 7-game series.
I agree.
Sorry.
All right, relax.
I you don't think so?
No.
See, I'm not
No.
counting. I'm not
No,
counting
no,
out
no,
Kevin
no, no.
Durant and Devin Booker.
I'm counting them out.
Can I ask-
What do you want me to count
last
to?
year?
Ask a
What do
quick
you want me to count
question.
to? I'll count to 100. They're done.
I want to ask.
What
a
did
quick
they do
question.
against last year against a young, fast defensive team?
Because I feel like we're
Just like Houston.
assessing this
No
off
offense.
We're looking
pre today.
Let's
We're assessing this off of pre
All right, so let's say the
today.
playoffs start today.
Like Sacramento is different. They're a different
Yeah,
team.
Sacramento's gonna
Did you
drop.
not see what the Magic did to him last night?
The Sacramento's
Next
gonna
him over.
drop.
Sacramento has 7 games.
That's-
They had everybody.
That's
Zach LaVine.
They
one.
had Zach LaVine played,
Hey,
DeRozan
that's
played, Monk
one
played,
game. You're gonna
Beating
get
the Clippers
cohesive.
in a
Magic-
7-game series.
Yeah, they have. But one game is one game. Sometimes you.
have been building since the dang.
Okay, so what? Okay, so what about
since
San,
Jonathan Isaac got drafted? That's when they've been building.
what about San Antonio? They came in and won the first game.
To me-
The Frogs had 11.
We're talking about.
Hey,
you're talking
we're
about
not gonna act
consistent.
like
Like
Franz
that.
Wagner and Paulo. That duo isn't nice in Orlando.
but they've been struggling.
And then there's a
They
big.
Injuries.
There's two big components to that, right?
Injuries.
Who the hell did Sacramento lose?
They lost De'Aaron Fox.
guy.
Who the hell did San Antonio get?
De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, so the actual ball handler, the person who's controlling the quarterback of
Yeah,
each team, is now changed. So I think that speaks
That's
highly to why one team lost and the other
No, this
team
is
won.
Hell yeah,
this
they
is the
dropped.
crazy thing about the Fox thing. It's like you go from Sacramento and you go to a great system that
Yeah.
knows how to build true point guards.
And that's the other part of it. Is
It's like-
that's the thing that I think y'all
The
are
Kings
missing.
had
with y'all,
Halliburton
'cause y'all have a great
and
team.
Fox.
Like,
Imagine.
y'all are
And-
obviously-
And you know who had a chance to draft Halliburton? I just want to throw it out there. They were all orange and purple. You know what they took? Jalen fucking Smith. Excuse my language. Jalen Smith. They took him over Tyrese Halliburton.
You know, we
Suns
could've
can't
drafted
draft.
Luka.
Suns
Luka.
can't.
You know,
Suns
we
can't draft
can't
anything.
We
Hell
can't
no,
draft.
they can't draft.
Booker was pure
Yeah,
luck.
that's-
We could have had Luka. You know,
What?
we got.
Booker was
you know,
pure
we
luck.
chose
Ain't gonna lie.
Arizona native.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with the guy that grew up in
Let's
Gilbert.
go.
This is all James
I'm telling you,
Jones.
I said it last time. If they didn't draft Ayton, they would have drafted Bagley. I guarantee you.
I'm not surprised. I would
No,
not be surprised.
Because
You know
Bagley's
how I
an
know-
AZ too.
No, you
Yeah.
know how
Oh,
I
yeah.
know they wouldn't have because the conversation was Luka or 8. That was the non.
They wanna go get Luka.
They went and got Luka's coach. They paid him $18 million to come coach for the Phoenix Suns, and then they
Literally.
fired him 7 games into the season.
This is the,
Because
that's the
no
worst
was not.
part.
He didn't want to be there. He's like, I ain't get my
No,
guy.
you can't,
Yeah.
you can't say he didn't want to be here.
I'm talking about the coach.
No, the coach wanted to be.
He thought he was
The
gonna coach
owner at the
Luka.
time- The owner at
Exactly.
the time
Robert
was like,
Sarver.
why would I want a foreign kid? That's how he said it. Why would I
Yeah.
want a foreign kid when I have a kid from Arizona?
Mm.
That was the worst thing.
No.
I argue with him all the time that they
Ever.
should have drafted Luka. I'm like, he's
Oh,
like,
no, why-
that wouldn't have worked. I'm like, it's not about working. It's the value that it
Say
presents.
it
It's
again.
not.
I really don't think
It doesn't matter. It's
Thank you.
about the
Thank you. I've
value.
been trying to say the same thing.
It's the value.
I've been trying.
Bagley wouldn't have got you nothing back when you wanted to trade him. The same thing you'd have got something.
But no, okay. No,
You-
hey, now come here.
I just heard Gilbert Arenas argue this, and I heard another football player argue this and say the same thing. They're like, why are owners not going for the best player available?
Okay,
I don't
first of all, I'll tell you what. DeAndre Ayton in college basketball was the best college basketball player in the world.
Shrunk in
In the nation.
playoffs.
He did.
Well, the
They
tournament.
were once in
The
the
You
tournament.
first
watched that
round.
March Man. You
Lost
watched
the
that
first
March
game.
Madness
Awful.
game.
He was awful.
Lost the first
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
You know
he
what
was
Luka was doing in the playoffs? Averaging.
Luka was a
Absolutely.
champion before he came to
A
the NBA.
champion.
I'll tell you right now.
At 15.
I'll tell you right now. If the Suns draft, I will continue to say this. If the Suns were to draft Luka, Luka's not the best.
I'm
Luka's not
not-
the player he is right now, and Devin Booker's not the
I've
player he is
never
right now.
doubted that. My argument is you now have more on your plate to offer to say, oh, I want $50 for this plate. You had a $22 plate when you had
That's the
Ayton.
number one overall
You would have had a
pick. You're not taking
$16
that.
plate for Bagley.
That's the number one overall pick. You're not trading him, value or not.
You traded the Ayton.
After 6 years, after 5 years.
First round picks have been drafted and traded before on the same night. Chris
But
Webber got
Luka,
it. Chris
Luka
Webber
just
it.
got traded.
listen, but again, it's been 6 years. It's been 6 years. It's been 6
And
years.
he's still more valuable than every other within the draft.
He's not nearly as
Think about
valuable.
it. Ayton got traded last year.
Yeah.
Luka got traded the next year.
No, that's what I'm saying. Luka's not nearly as valuable as he is if you were
What
drafted
did
Why not? You
Because
tell me
they're not the same players.
The Suns got
Devin Booker and Luka are not the same
You're
players.
the
crazy.
Suns got
They take away from each other.
the Suns got Cody Martin and a second round pick for DeAndre Ayton in hindsight. The Lakers got AD for Luka.
Go ahead.
Who's better?
L hold something.
So you say that Luka and Booker are the same player.
No. They would not be the
Luka
same
and
player.
Book work.
They would not. It would not work.
Thank you.
Okay,
I was
so,
getting to that.
so
We're
getting,
not-
getting to where I'm going.
Go ahead.
How did Chris Paul and Booker work then?
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Because Chris Paul needs the ball in his hands to do what he does.
He needs the ball, but he's not gonna. He does not need to put the ball in the basket.
But he can
But he can.
when he needs
He
to.
can.
We've
But,
seen it.
but Luka needs to put the ball in the basket.
Mm.
Who took more shots last year? Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving?
Luka,
Who had
Do
more
you-
game winners?
do you not think that Luka isn't a great passer of the?
Luka's
of
a
the
great
ball?
passer,
But-
but he's not. But he's not.
But
gonna
Luka
set the
has
guards
no
up
problem at all deferring. We've seen that.
We've seen it with
We literally
Kyrie.
seen it.
to an extent.
The reason
Luka
why,
has-
Wait, Luka let Max Kleber take a game-winning 3 against the Lakers in LA.
bro, I think Luka.
Insane.
Come on, let me say this.
Coach,
Let me just say this. I think-
he hits this spot 49%. I hit that spot 33.
I get Luka didn't play the best defense in the finals, but I think he gets too much slack in the finals. We don't give enough slack to Kyrie Irving. This man got, first of all, Boston, Derek White and Drew Holiday harassed Kyrie Irving.
Had him on.
But Luka, I think one thing I will say, Luka, I think Luka he deferred a little
See, there
bit
you go.
too much.
See, there you go.
That's
He
what
has-
it-
I-
that's what it is.
I've been telling this son of a
He deferred.
Because as a leader, you have to lead. You got to. He's the head of the snake. He got to lead the entire team. You can't be calling for fouls, laying on the floor, and not getting back. Other players are seeing that.
and
There's
still
an
gets
emotional
45, 10
aspect.
and 10.
I don't
Right.
care. See, I tell you, he always was a point. He don't talk about defense. He don't talk about mentality. He don't talk about chemistry. Every time that the best player on my team is lollygagging and complaining and bitching on the floor, I'm noticing that. That energy is fueling.
And all that. led to
And
a
one thing,
final.
hold on, and one thing about
They
Kyrie,
should have got swept.
one thing about Kyrie, yes, he struggled, yes, he got harassed, but the boy played deep. You can't. He played his ass off.
Who,
Defensively.
Kyrie?
Yes.
Kyrie in the
He
finals.
was, yes, he was one of
He
their.
had to do nothing but stand in the corner and wait for them to take a shot. Super Bowl Sunday.
Mm.
Who's winning and why? Who wants to go first?
We know where you're going, so you can go first.
Yes, so let's go this way.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Listen.
Just press
Let-
play
let
on the
me just-
recorder because we know you have
Yeah.
a recorder.
I just want to tell y'all something. I just
Oh my gosh,
when you're
Patrick
watching
Mahomes.
greatness, when you're watching greatness, okay, and that's what 1-5 brings you. That light skinned assassin in Kansas City wearing the white and red. That's what he is. He's a killer. And so what I don't do, I'll tell you what I don't do. I don't bet against him. I just don't.
How much money did he spend on the refs this year?
He ain't spend nothing. Actually, the refs paid him to watch him play. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know.
Get
I heard,
to it.
Listen,
I heard he's in debt.
Get
who's
to
in
it.
there?
Him
From what?
paying off the refs.
Hey, bro,
All the ref
commercials
fees.
again. He ain't
All the
no
ref
fucking-
fees.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That contract he got, he not no day.
No, sorry, Bob. But no, in all seriousness, I'm going to take the Chiefs because one, like I said, I don't bet against Mahomes. Every game, he's come up big. He's come up big when he absolutely needs to. This game, I don't think it's gonna be any different. Now, it's gonna be tough because I don't think they're gonna be able to run the ball very well. That front line of the Philadelphia Eagles is absolutely, they wreak havoc. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, right? They're getting Brandon Graham back. That is a monstrous front line.
I hate to say it because I hate to feed this man's ego over
You got the
here.
Niners?
I've got the Chiefs winning on Sunday, and there's one reason, and there's one reason only
15.
because no, it's not because of 15.
Okay.
We say his name.
We-
Stop saying 15. Say
we-
his name. Patrick
we-
Mahomes.
They go,
We talked
they go,
about my
they go his
homeboy.
other boo right
My
there.
homeboy.
That's his other boo.
Who that is? Oh, Jordan. Oh, that's my guy.
See?
That's my guy. I love Jordan Love.
He just admitted it.
I love Jordan
He
Love.
just admitted it too. It's
Huh?
crazy.
Damn.
I love Jordan Love, but
But we talked about it earlier, and it's on a podcast, and it's clipped somewhere. Jamal said that Detroit's biggest problem was going to be Jared Goff. And come playoff time, guess who was Detroit's biggest problem? It was Jared Goff. And I think the same of Jalen Hurts. I think that push comes to shove, Jalen Hurts will crack under the pressure. And using that logic, I have to go with the Chiefs. Now, if they are up early and Saquon can get the run game going, it's a different story. But if the Eagles are forced to play catch-up ball and they have to pass,
It's over.
I can't make the same mistake twice and
That's
say that the better
that's hard to
team-
argue. That definitely is hard
because the
to
Chiefs
argue.
are not the Chiefs. The Eagles are the better team. I think we can
All
agree.
around, yeah.
All around, the Eagles are the better team. But again, quarterback play, and it's going to come down to it. And I don't know if Jalen Hurts is the guy.
This Philly defense. This is a legendary defense.
It's crazy.
Like this defense is crazy, man. They got a 4 front 4, then they got a backer. So they got 5 off the rip, stop and run. Then they secondary. Like they not like
They're rookies too.
Does this give
like
you-
the Chiefs are gonna it's gonna be hard for the Chiefs to move the ball. They can't run. They don't have a run game at all.
Reed Blankenship.
Like, so you're
they
gonna
have
have to think
Quinion
and
Mitchell.
dunk.
They have Cooper
Forget the-
DeJean.
But forget the Eagles having to dig a dunk. The Chiefs are literally gonna have to 12, 13, 14 play drives to get. And then my other thing is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley get a touchdown from 90 yards, 50, 30, 40, 20, wherever you want it. So Saquon is bound to get a touchdown from 40, 50 yards. If you can stop that, I mean, cool, but that's hard to stop.
It
It's
is.
hard to stop. And then you're going to be frustrated. I don't see the Chiefs scoring the first drive. Like, I really don't. This Philly defense is not the Philly defense from 2 years ago. Not even close. And I said it when they beat us, the Ravens. Like, they embarrassed us.
Yeah, they
Like,
did.
like that was Lamar's worst game easily of the season.
Cooper DeJean laid out, boy. Oh, Derrick Henry, boy. Cooper DeJean.
He wasn't looking.
I
He
never
wasn't
seen-
looking.
I'm not gonna. Hey, I ain't never seen.
6'4",
Hey,
250 dude
hey,
not looking. He literally
hey,
got the ball, turned
Listen.
around, douche.
I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen a brother get laid out
It
like
was
that.
a
Like
form
my
tackle.
boy.
It was a
I'm
regular
gonna keep it
form
big.
tackle.
I'm gonna keep
It
it
was
big. A DB?
It was a regular form tackle.
A DB?
Wasn't looking.
It's not often. you
Regular
see
form tackle,
a
he wasn't
white boy
looking.
DB. It's not often.
Hey,
you see.
and lay out
they
Derrick
got-
Henry like
But
that.
they got 2 of them.
My point is that
Reed Blankenship is a dog, dude.
that's what I'm saying. My point is that this is defense we've seen before. A Seattle type of defense, a Baltimore type of defense. This is a stout defense. They're not going for nothing. And so to D'Lo's point when he says pressure, I don't see pressure from Jalen Hurts. It's gonna be like if the Eagles could play their game, it's gonna be a there you go, Saquon.
Have the
There you go,
Eagles
third
see,
down.
have the Eagles seen a defense like the Chiefs though?
He ain't got a defense like the Eagles.
Have
I
Have the
don't think
Eagles
either
seen-
has.
I don't think either team has
To
seen
me,
a
the
tough
difference is
defense
that
like
the
that.
Eagles got 2
Two.
and the Chiefs got 1. So it's going to wear and tear. But I mean, I will say that that's the one guy who can perform. If you're going to put it on one person,
Yeah.
that's the
But like
that's the
I
dog.
think that Houston, think Buffalo's is better than Houston.
Yes.
Ed Oliver
Yes.
and Jordan Phillips
Yes.
fill those gaps. They are 2 very humongous men.
I don't know. I think I prefer the Texans.
Well,
defense.
no, I gotta do my son. It's
Hold on, hey.
appropriate.
There you go. All right, Philly.
Yeah, I got the guys.
See, there you go. Hey, I'm not doing none of this or the Chiefs stuff. Look at
Nah,
this.
you been doing it all season.
One more thing on 4,100 yards passing,
Yeah,
1,000
there's a lot
yards
of
rushing,
reasons.
4,100 yards passing,
When-
1,000 yards rushing. He's going to do it again this next year.
And lose to Mahomes again next
Yeah,
year.
I was
That's
saying,
what I'm saying about that. That's
What is Kyler Murray about to do?
Mahomes. I'm
He has a
a Mahomes fan.
Hat on, bro.
That's okay. That's because I live here.
Shout out to Tom Brady.
Baltimore and Arizona are both in Cancun. right now.
Cancun. We're
Yeah, we in the same place.
all of our teams.
Derrick
are-
Henry, what did he say?
No.
Devin Twist with Tom Brady.
Hey, Derrick Henry and Kyler Murray are playing
With that
golf
being
right
said,
now.
he was a four. God damn it.
Hey,
all of our
Kyler Murray
teams.
and Derrick Henry are playing golf right now. in
Man,
Cancun.
Kyler Murray got 2 years
Sipping
left
on
in the
pina
league.
coladas.
God damn it.
The crazy thing is, I was in Cabo last week and I definitely seen some football players.
Hey, look,
There you go. You ain't no good, bro.
This man playing Call of Duty all night.
Hey, that's okay. Him and Lamar.
He's the only football player I've seen make $1 million off playing Call of Duty. I was like, why are so many people watching you play this shit?
Kyler Murray, 2 years left in the league, goddamn it.
What?
It's okay.
He's in
That's like,
phase
hey, in the next 2 years, and in the next 2 years, Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson have the same amount of Super Bowls.
D'Lo is taller than Kyler Murray. But
3
he can't
MVPs, goddamn, 60 yards.
I'm just saying.
60-yard
I'm just-
bomb.
Hey, actually,
Can't do
NFL honors tonight. Lamar Jackson MVP.
No, he'll get it for sure. I think he'll get it.
Josh
I don't
Allen
wanna
can get it.
Him and Kyler Murray in the
Josh
next 2 years
Allen
have the
deserves to
same
get
amount
it.
of Super Bowls.
But
Who's going to be a Hall of
Hey,
Famer?
really?
Lamar
Joe
Jackson,
Burrow?
Kyler Murray.
Josh Allen.
Joe Burrow got snaked out of it.
Lamar Jackson already a Hall of
No,
Famer.
for sure. For sure.
So what are we talking about? I want to hit that.
How about 15? How
I
about
want to
15?
hit that.
How about 15?
Huh?
How about 15 to play
Make it out of
KC?
my
No,
bro.
I'm just asking a question.
Listen,
I'm just asking a question.
You are about
I'm just asking a
Is
question.
Kyler Murray
You ain't
today?
never been to a Chiefs.
Tomorrow?
You never been to a Chiefs game in your life.
Here's my here's my
Kansas City.
here's my
Born and raised in AZ.
I got property in Kansas City.
Avondale.
You
I got property in Kansas
You
City.
never been to the airport.
I got property. Hey, I'm just saying. I got property in Kansas City.
You never been to the airport. Well, you ain't bought it yet.
Huh?
You ain't bought it
Who am
yet.
I yet?
You just
Fully.
fully.
I'm just saying. Hey, if I would to go build a house next to Patrick Mahomes, I can go build a house.
Something on eBay
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
He
Says
said he
son
got
slow.
property. It's a freaking pencil sharpener that you
Wait, he
got.
said he got property in Kansas City. He made Kansas City Monopoly. He ain't
Hey, Mahomes. Hey, guess I'm having Mahomes over for dinner. It's okay. I'm bringing him and the fam. Him and the fam.
Pause.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You know what? Yeah.
We got that go.
flipped over. That's
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, that's okay. Keep it. Keep it clip. So when I'm gonna send it to you.
What's